Coming up in this episode, we make a shopping list. We invade Spawn. Every cloud has a silver lining. And we have an English lesson. I am Draken, Emperor of the Spire Empire, King of the No, wait, that's not it. That was that weird dream I had last night. If you've not checked it out already, you should certainly check out the 4-episode arc I did on the Fever Dream SMP. But let's return to where we are. I am Draken, this is the DrakenGameWerks, and we are back on the Unorthoblocks server. That was a bit odd. Never mind. Back to things here. If you've been following this series, you'll know I've done quite a bit already. But I think it's safe to say that we are moving into a bit of a new phase here in the season on the server. Let me just say though, don't panic, we're not ending the season just yet, there is still some time to go for us all. But say we thought of the season being like a story and having a beginning, a middle, and an end. In the beginning, everyone is rushing out, getting resources, doing their first builds, setting up shops, etc. In the middle is where the bulk of the construction and big projects and story arcs get dug into quite deeply. And the end phase is where we think about wrapping up all our projects and making sure everything we want to achieve is actually done. And though the lines between the phases aren't particularly clear, I feel like this is the time where we are looking at here on Unorthoblocks, where we are moving from that middle phase towards the end phase. And with that in mind, and bearing in mind that I do have a lot of projects on the go, I thought I'd make myself a bit of a to-do list. Basically, these are things that I want done before the season's end. I may do some other stuff as well in between it all, but these are the things I feel I must complete before we get to the end of the season. Let's start in the overworld. If you've been paying attention, you may have noticed at the beginning of each episode that my dirt hut has been slowly progressing in the background. There is a whole area around it, so I want to make sure this area is all beautified by the end of the season. And this has been a nice little side project whilst I've been here, just slowly adding a little thing here and there as we go through it. So the first item on our list is to keep plugging at and finishing this area. Next, of course, has to be the interior of the cathedral. You may recall we built this way back towards the beginning of the season, and this is a bit of a revisit of an old build that I never completed before and I wanted to finish. So I really feel like I need to complete it this time inside the time of the season. A bit of the interior has been done already, but I now need to work on completing and finishing the interior of the cathedral. And if we delve down below the cathedral, of course, there is the catacombs. There is still space down here for people to add one or two things they want, but I've actually got nothing else I really want to add to this area. And though it looks okay as it is, I would just like to do a bit of a pass over the remainder of the catacombs, just make some improvements and tidy up the area a bit. So I'm going to add this to my list as well. The Rainbow Tower was an Unortho Tower style challenge that has been worked on for, wow, nearly 9 months now. And that is really slow progress for an Unortho Tower, but it's understandable when you consider it has a very specific design specification, and we have to wait for people to complete layers before we can build the next one that we are booked in for. But the good news is that Sunny has done her lime stroke light green area, and my layer is next, so I need to get that done. And then there is this cliff area that is sort of just tucked behind the cathedral and the dirt hut area and runs underneath Ionis's fantastically designed bridge. Not a lot is needed here, but I would just like to continue a bit of the terraforming I've done in this area just so it all sits a little bit better. And then there is this area right behind the cathedral and the footpath that has been left untouched. I've got a little bit of an idea for a PvP minigame area to be built into this place, but I wanted to design it in such a way it works with the general aesthetic of the area around it. You see, AJ has his amazing town just across the river, and there's also Ionis's bridge and Sunny's stunning Zen Park, and of course my cathedral, all around this area. So I want to do something that's not going to look out of place with everything that's already here. I think I'll probably work on that in my next episode, so keep an eye out on that. If we leave the overworld and head to Endspire Station for a moment, you'll know that just before Christmas I added the final superstructures to the station in the shape of the starport. But what is a starport without ships? And after recent visits from several other versions of myself from different seasons, I do suppose I have to contribute something to the Spire fleet at Spire City. What's that? What's Spire City? Nah, you'll just have to wait to find that bit out. But I do need some ships to help bring this place to life a bit. But whilst the superstructure is done, there is still a bit of work to do on the interior of the station. First of all, there's the interior of the starport. We put some posters up and around the place, however I feel like there should be some more stuff here. You know, the sort of things you might get like gift shops, money exchange kiosks, waiting areas, departure boards, that kind of thing. And probably be quite heavily inspired by my time that I'm spending as Star Citizen. Keep an eye out, I've got a few more episodes of those coming out as well. But yeah, I think this is an area that needs to be sort of revisited and redone as well. Then there is the data store, which currently where people can come and bring data discs from playing ODM and the various other mini games and get gifts in exchange for it. Currently occupies about half the floor of the segment it's in the main ring, but I feel like there is more that can be added to this area and that whole side of the segment, which hasn't been even touched. There is other projects I've got on this to-do list though that will possibly help with that as well. If we continue to move around the ring, then we will come to the control tower. We recently added some stuff into this area, including a stat poker table, but the rest of the control tower is currently quite bare inside, and I feel like there needs to be some more things added into this area just to decorate that area up and bring that area a bit more to life. And then there is also the habitat area of the main ring. Now, this is a collab area for any Unorthoblocks member to come and build their haven away from the overworld. You know, just in case the worst happens, like, you know, some powerful AI or a flock of geese or something destroys the world. By having this here, we've got something for our members to fall back to. They got themselves a home away from home. I put a few rooms in here, and a few have been reserved already by other members to get their stuff built in there, but if we get towards the end of the season and their room's still empty, I'll probably come in here myself quickly and get some of those also done up so we just finish the area off and there's nothing left bare. And finally, to complete the station, the main ring's biomes also need to be finished. We've made a start on these already with some weird Minecraft mechanics going on in these areas, but there are still 2 areas needing full work and a third area that probably could do a bit of an overview for part of it, so I need to come in here and get these finished off. I've got an idea how I want to do these areas, I just need to actually just find some time and complete them off. Beyond these things, there are 2 other projects that I want to get done, both on the minigame front. One I'm giving just the initials AOB for now. Comment below if you can guess what it means. And it will be an ODM style game on a slightly larger scale than Operation Datamine. And when you consider that Operation Datamine is big, to say this is going to be bigger than Operation Datamine is to say something. So once I've done the PvP area behind the cathedral, that will probably be the next big project I want to get my teeth sunk into, because it's probably going to be the most time consuming thing I got left to do before the end of the season. And then there is one other project I also want to do that is right towards the end of the season. That'll be a one-off puzzle game. That's just to help wrap up some stuff like lore and plot lines, etc. But that will be coming along as well. Phew, that is quite a bit of work to be fair. I guess no rest for the wicked. But we can scratch one thing off our list already. You see, Sunny made her lair this slime block on the Rainbow Tower, and, well, I couldn't help myself. I was on the green layers, so I went in and basically made my lair the hair for the slime block. I know it's not great or fantastic, I still have a lot of learning to go when it comes to making organic stuff, but I don't think it turned out too bad, all things considered. And inside, it's more or less a straight passageway without much to trip people up, but there may be a surprise in there when we come to run the tower eventually. Still, it is something that I knocked together very quickly, and it does mean, yep, we can knock that one already off our list. But let's get on with another one of the big projects I have planned. The station looks like it's bereft of life, and we need to change that, as well as make our contributions to the Spire fleet from this time. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
Join the Spire End Fleet today. Right, so I think we can also scratch off our to-do list starships. Though, to be honest, there is still some space in some of the hangars to build some more ships. So I might build the odd one or two as we go towards the end of the season, left myself a little bit of space, but we have now a large number of ships, and it really makes it feel like the Endspire station has come alive with all of these ships that are around. The first ship that I started working on is actually just a variation of the large transport I built last season. It's probably quite recognizable in its design. I just changed the block palette a bit, and I changed the interior design and the engines a little bit as well to sort of update it. But I really like how this turned out. It was a little bit inspired by the Freelancer from Star Citizen as well for the design of this one. On top of that, I also built all of these little fighters here. Now you'll probably go, these look just like the Spire jet fighters, other than again with a different block palette. Which is kind of true, again, it's a variation, but then I'm calling these the Serendraig class fighters because basically they're based on the design that I did for the Serendraig. And the Serendraig, in fairness, was also designed and inspired by the original jets from last season. So, yeah, it's no wonder they look a bit similar. But it helps fill out the space a bit. And we're able to put a few of these up and around the sky as well as on the landing pads just to create a bit more life around here. But the brand new ship design that I have built for this season is these ones. These are the Tower class cruisers that I have designed. I decided to... I mean, it was really good fun. It was just really good fun building these. It was nice just to be able to relax and just design something brand new and fresh that just felt like it was something that really sort of epitomized what we're about here with the Endspire station. And these ships are fully built. They have an interior design as well. They've got engine room, you've got the bridge, you've got like mess halls. We have like places for, you know, the bunk halls where people are going to bunk up. You got all sorts of things. We've got a surgery in there. There's all sorts that we've built into this. So it's complete, including a portal room. So yes, whereas like on, say, in Star Trek you have a teleporter, we have portal rooms built into these stations because we are getting better at our portal tech, at being able to move between places. So it seems appropriate that these ships carry that as well. And of course, not only do we have these Tower class vessels around, but I also built somewhere where these are under construction. We built a starport that sits just off the side of the station there, or starport, a shipbuilding yard here off the side, where we can see another two of these Tower class vessels partially under construction. They're not completely, totally complete. They have all their bits, some of the bits in there, but some of them are like a bit of scaffolding and stuff around them as well, which is, I think just really adds a bit to this area as well. But we really need to give them all a name, and they're Tower class for a reason. So the two that we got here that are complete and floating around in the end, I have decided to call the DES, the DES standing for Draken End Ship. So this one is the DES Unorthoblocks Tower. This one is the DES Ignitoblock Tower. And then if we come to the overworld, we have built a number of ships that are on patrol here by spawn, looking out for that weird AI that seems to be plaguing us at the moment, causing us problems that we've been investigating. And they're here to just basically look around and see if they can get more detail and more data on what is happening, what this AI is, and also to add a bit of protection to spawn, because this AI could be very, very dangerous from the information that we've been getting back from people running in Operation Data Mine. And so I'm going to call this one over here, this is going to be the DES Drakenspire, and this one, the DES Feverspire. So two other well-known towers that I've been involved with over the Unorthoblocks history. Though technically Feverspire is from Fever Dream, but still it's stuff that I have worked on. And then of course we've got two ships that are under construction back at the shipyard, which is the DES Rainbow Tower and the DES Unortho Tower 2. Obviously there's been two Unortho Towers, so we have the Unortho Tower and the Unortho Tower 2. If you have liked what you have seen here, then please don't forget to like and... Hang on, wait. That doesn't say subscribe. That says subscribe. Yes, 10 episodes on Unorthoblocks in Season 3. I've been using that template for like and subscribe above us, and it has been misspelt. I was also using it in Fever Dream, and it was only halfway through that someone pointed out to me that I had actually done a spelling mistake on the very like and subscribe, and just reused it for every single episode. So let's correct it. Yes, so if you have enjoyed what you have seen here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now here's a curious thing. When I was going back through my replay footage, and I was doing the bit around the cathedral at the beginning of this episode, I noticed something was in here that I hadn't spotted before. Now, it's not this chest. This chest was left for me by Vid when we did the Igniter block crossover. I should really move those Igniter shards at some point. But there's a cloud up here. Now, I haven't received my prank or present. That's a bit dodgy. I haven't received my prank or present yet, or at least I didn't think I had. But maybe this is it. I don't know. No one's told me that I've received a prank or present or anything else like this, but there is now a cloud in the cathedral, and I just wanted to check it out. Is there anything in here? There's water. I mean, I have no idea what's going on here. It's a bit of a mystery. Maybe it's a prank or present with someone had the noun cloud or sky or something of that description. I don't know. I'm very, very confused. It seems to be a bit of a mystery. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to tune in to catch more episodes of Unorthoblocks. We will see you again soon. Take care, all.
Warning, redstone detonation detected at spawn.
So, they thought they could run away from me. Well, let's just see if I can find something useful here on the Sky Carrier. Security seems to be rather lax here. Oh, what is this? Blocktron. What an interesting program. I shall take that with me. Now to use their portals to follow them to the new world that they have gone to.
Spire emergency protocols in effect. Prepare for jump to Spire City.